All right, guys, so today it has been just a little too long since we have gotten into the oh dear God, the adjustment techniques needed for a proper fitting pair of glasses. This is going to be a long video because I can't talk. Stick around and let's get into it. Yeah, like that. So for starters, on adjustment and fitting behind the ears is one of the key places we really have to worry about how the glasses fit, because it makes the biggest difference on how they feel and whether they slip down or not. Now, we've talked about this before in another video, and I feel like we addressed pretty well the fit behind the ear, and that's kind of hard to get on camera, but what you can see right here, why in the hell does it have this kind of a wonky bend going on back here? You can see just a little bit there. It goes back out and back in and everything else on this side, and then this one's arced all the way around. Why in the world would I make my glasses have all of that weirdness going on? Well, as you can see, it actually just fits, right? Yeah, that's kind of what we want from our glasses. We want them to fit. They don't slide down. In particular, I can barely pull this exact frame down. This is one of my better fitted. This is one of my best fitted pairs. It doesn't have any pressure over the course of a day. It doesn't feel like I've been wearing glasses all day long when I take it off. There's no pressure marks in any one particular place. Feels good on the face, doesn't cause pain back here. This is really my best adjusted pair. All my other Amsterdams, they feel good, but this is the one I just put it on. It's freaking perfect every time. And if that doesn't tell you something about how particular adjustment is, that even the same guy with the same exact frame can't get all of them to feel exactly the same, I don't know what does. There's that. Now, what I wanted to focus on this one is, again, that fit behind the ears. What it actually matters. Does it matter where this bend is? How much it curves behind the head? How does it feel? What are the effects of all that? Well, if it bends too much inward, as I mentioned, it's going to hurt back here. At the end of the day, you're going to feel that as a little bit of pressure, a little bit of tension, maybe even a headache, depending on how much pressure it's causing. In the case of this one, I have got kind of a prominent, what is the mastoid bone behind the ear, and you can't feel it, but there's a nice little bump. And to match that on the glasses, you can see I brought my finger back at the same point. If we can get it to show on camera, is right in here. You'll see that bend changes just a little bit. There we go. Now you can see it good. So you see that little bit of a goes out, back in. There's a nice little arc right there. And that just lets me have that curvature hugging the back of the head perfectly. And it goes over that mastoid bone without creating pressure, which mine is pretty sensitive. I have had a couple of glasses over the years I've picked out that just didn't work out. One of them was weird. It had kind of a triangle and was like, the temple was like this back there where that point was right up against the head. Nothing I could do would fix that one to where I could wear it because it was just too much pressure in that point over that bone. Nothing worked. It was awful. Wore that one 3 times. First of many. So on that fit, what you're looking for really behind the head to get that nice kind of hugging fit, you can think of it not quite like a basketball because most of us don't have that shaped head, but you want these temples, at least from here back, to just very lightly touch, which is what gives us the clamping force. You want that from here to here to be kind of a continuous touch and wrap all the way back around the head. And that's going to change depending on your head shape. If you've got a very round head, it's going to be more like this side over here where it's a constant arc from front to back versus this side's a little bit more straight back. And then you've got more of a bend back here, and you can see that arc gets a little bit more aggressive on this side. There's a reason this is asymmetrical, is because not everyone is perfectly symmetrical. And again, it just fits right. My head shape's wonky, apparently. Head shapes, who gets into that for the glass? But it does matter when it comes to actual fit. So when you are working on this, or when your optician is bending on this, they're going to take these, they're going to match this curvature. I am not adjusting this one on camera. It's perfect. YouTube, too bad. Sorry, guys. And that's what I have. But as far as making these bends on acetate frame, you'll apply a little bit of heat where you want that bend to happen. If you're not familiar with adjusting plastic frames with heat needed, we have another video on that. We'll throw that card up here. But where this bend downward starts, you want that to match just behind the ear. You don't want it to be too soon. You don't want it to be too steep. I actually was talking to somebody about this recently on here, in fact, where they prefer more of a 60-degree bend, and that's a little bit on the steep side. Traditionally, the books are going to recommend a 45-degree bend. Now, that doesn't mean it's the right bend for everyone. Sometimes it's 30, sometimes it's 60. It is almost never 90, but I have seen it on a very rare occasion that a 90-degree bend is necessary. And that's when they're straight back, straight down. It's awful. I very rarely see that work out well, but it happens. Typically, you're going to fall in that 30 to 60 range. Most commonly, 45 is the easy way to say it. That bend should start right behind the ear. And I don't know if you can actually see it on here or not. Follows just ever so slightly down the back of the ear, and it just keeps the glasses in place. If that bend starts too soon, the glasses are always going to slip. There is nothing you can do to prevent it because it's going to throw the balance off, and what happens is the glasses lift a little bit and they don't sit down quite where they should, and they are always going to slip. You can see how easily that is, just moving that up a millimeter or so, how easily that slides down, versus when I've got it right here and I am putting the same pressure on, they're totally relaxing back into the same place on my face. They're not down here. I actually have to pull them really hard to get it down that low with it in the proper adjustment. The second point there you want to take away is it should follow that curvature of the head. Again, about that last, I'm going to say third of the temple back, and that's going to vary some depending on your specific head, but it should just caress here. Then you're going to follow that curvature inwards all the way back. So you get kind of a complex set of curves, in this case, which actually requires it to go back out to go over that bone behind the end back right there. You don't want that to hurt, folks. I'll tell you that right now, because it is absolutely a pain. As far as making these bends, there's tools made for it that are actually really nice. One they call the bionic thumb. Obvious reasons, it follows the curvature of the thumb and lets you do the bend a little bit more manually. The other is a set of pliers that has different 30, 45, 60, and 15-degree sets. So you can kind of play with that one. I think I've seen those on Amazon for like 10, 15 bucks. If I can find it, I'll throw the link down below. I don't have affiliate links. I'm not that cool. I don't sell enough stuff through Amazon. Yeah. But that's what you want to shoot for. And that's why I've got two different curves on this frame, is because that's what I need. This side's a little bit different from this side. They're rarely going to be exactly the same. There's a few tweaks you can make just real quick. But as far as the bend inward here, it is a very gentle caress. Oftentimes, this one, you'll do just like that. I'm bending it ever so slightly, whether I want to or not. My brain just automatically goes, let's adjust these. And that bend ever so slightly will gradually cause this to arc and turn inwards. If you need to go the other way, same thing, just very soft, gentle caresses, especially on acetate material. You can work that pretty easily to get it to hold its shape. You don't want to just overextend it and bend the shit out of it, because you can actually crease the material, and that's bad, or you can overstretch it, which is also bad. But you just want it to follow the curve of the head. I know that sounds stupid simple and it can't possibly be that easy, but it is. It really is that easy. It's a matter of the glasses should almost be an extension of your head, because that's where they're going to be all day long. They should follow this curvature nicely. On metal frames in particular, I see it all the time where they are just too much inwards. You'll see kind of this type of deal. And that's not going to work either, because it actually puts extra tension on the frame, puts extra tension back here. And a lot of the cheaper memory flex metals out there, it causes premature failure. whether it's from an undersized frame or a poorly fit frame, but that is almost always what causes that center break right in the middle of a metal flex frame, because the frame is designed to flex and give in that bridge. And guess what continually flexes and gives when you put a pair of glasses on that's not fitted properly? It's going to bend right here. And no matter what they tell you, as that material bends, it does fatigue. You do it enough times, it's going to break instead of fatiguing lightly. It takes a ton of cycles to do that with a metal flex of any sort. But it does happen. There's some titanium frames out there I haven't quite seen it. So, depending on the grade of the titanium, there are titaniums that are exempt from that rule. But for the most part, it happens. Now, I'm going to stop lecturing you about how to have the bends on your glasses, but that's a little bit of the how and why and what we're looking to do, and why I always recommend an adjustment by professional opticians, because there is a lot to keep in mind. If you don't like your opticians or don't have one close by that you trust, or maybe you're away on vacation and something got bent way out of whack and you need some help, we have a great series of videos on the adjustments that need to be made, like this one, on some of the tips and tricks of the whys and hows. Now, I don't always show you exactly how to adjust the glasses, but I do care that you know what a proper fitting pair should look and feel like, because at the end of the day, that's what we need to know. Even me, that's what me need to know too. On that, I look forward to your feedback on this video. Let me know if it helped you or if it didn't and you just hate me now. A few people do that on occasion. I haven't had an angry scolding email yet, so maybe someone should fit in that, all right? Oh, wait, that's the mask, guys. That'll hit a nerve. I'll catch you guys next time. And yeah, let me know your thoughts and let me know what you'd like to see more of. Catch you next time.